I am a 23-year-old woman and my partner is a 24-year-old man. We've been together for 7 years, a very long time. Our relationship has never been perfect. We have had plenty of issues throughout the past 7 years. In our younger years, we had issues of abuse. I ended up separating from him for a little, and during that time I was seeing someone else who I had sex with a few times. My partner and I were still talking and still doing things, but we just weren't together. I know my having sex with someone else really hurt him, but we both decided to put the abuse and the cheating in the past and tried to move forward. And we did. Well, so I thought. Shortly after all that, we moved into our first apartment together in 2020. And, well, we've been living together ever since. We had a child in January of this year and found out I am pregnant again with our second the day before our son turned 6 months old. I was really struggling with being pregnant again because in the middle of it happening, I was so desperately trying to find myself again. I wanted to have an abortion but ended up not doing it because of how my partner felt and how everyone around me felt. But the past month or so, my life has done a whole 360, and the person I thought I knew was no longer that person. I ended up finding out he had been watching porn, which I have asked him not to do multiple times. So with me finding that, I kept digging for more. And I ended up finding out he has had secret OnlyFans accounts. Throughout all of our years together he has been doing this. So finding this made me keep digging for more emails he had used to make these accounts. So I then found an email hidden in his notes. I logged in and found out he has had a secret Snapchat and has been very active on it. Mostly everyone was women we went to high school with and some OnlyFans girls he would add. I read messages and he was having pretty disgusting convos with them. Sexual talk, shared photos, some deep relationships, and conversations with women I told him to cut out of his life a long time ago when we first got together because I didn't like how close they seemed to be. He has had the account since we moved in. He apparently made it around the time I was having sex with someone else back in 2019. I guess when I did that, he decided he was going to secretly talk to all the people he's wanted to talk to. Over the years, I can say our relationship hasn't been the greatest. I have found my feelings for him haven't been the same since the abuse. That was something that really messed with me, and even though I chose to forgive him, I never forgot what he did. And it has caused me to be distant in our current relationship. I haven't given him the love he needs. I often find myself telling him to leave me alone and not to touch me. I would never have sex with him. When I got pregnant with our first son, we had sex one time that month. So my getting pregnant was a huge surprise because we hardly had any sex. And he did bring these problems to me. In 2020, before moving in, he talked to me about his needs not being met and we agreed to work on it, and I just never did. It just ended up getting worse after all these years. He would tell me he would leave me if I didn't start showing him love or even seeming interested in our relationship. And I didn't believe him, because he never left. Now with all this happening, the abortion is coming up again. I am honestly just very sad about everything that has happened and that our relationship has reached this point. And I just don't think I'm ready for another baby. I'm not sure if I should bring another child into this world, if I'm not sure if his father and I will make things work and stay together. But I also feel like I shouldn't punish the child for our mistakes that contributed to the relationship having problems and possibly ending. I do love him, and I love the life we have built. We have both worked so hard and have built a good life for ourselves and our son for how young we are. Even though I struggled with loving him, I do love him, and he is my person, and I know he loves me. I have always pictured him being my last everything. I think we have both just lost ourselves being so young and having so much responsibility. The cheating this deep in our relationship has completely rocked my world though, and I'm very confused on what to do. I'm unsure about our future relationship, and if he can actually stop reaching out to other women for attention. But a part of me wants to try to work through this. I want us to relearn how to love each other. I want to see if me giving him what he needs is enough for him to be better for me. And if it still doesn't work, then at least I know I did try. And I did put the effort in to make him feel loved and appreciated at home, so he didn't have to find it somewhere else. Another part of me just doesn't want to waste my time. He has been extremely apologetic, and he has been cooperating with everything I have asked and wanted from him. And he does seem sincere. He does seem like he is willing to be better and really work on us, and do whatever it takes. He has deleted all social media, downloaded accountability apps on his phone, gave me all his emails and deleted a bunch of them. But he hid the secret Snapchat for basically 5 years. He hid all this from me for so long that I'm so terrified he will just do it again and be even more careful.